let's talk about what's going out there in the tropics, Brooks.
So we've got a system out there that is ill-defined, and it's not about to develop. It's not like imminent, but it has potential this weekend to bring some flooding rain to our region. So here it is. It's a tropical wave. It's over the islands right now, Puerto Rico, and heading for the Dominican Republic. Flooding rain's possible here with some flash flooding, but the system itself is wrapped up in Saharan dust, keeping it weak. And as it tracks over these mountains, it'll have almost no opportunity to develop between there and the Gulf of Mexico. But that said, because it's going to remain weak as it tracks westward over all that land and all the mountains, it is likely to enter the Gulf of Mexico. That's a big change from yesterday's forecast when it looked like it would carry out into the open Atlantic. So with this setup, we've got a much rainier system on the way for this weekend, starting late this weekend, and what could carry over into next week. Now, the model consensus indeed takes it here through the eastern Gulf, but the takeaway here is this. We don't know, and we won't know for a little while, the forecast intensity or the track. And those two things are critical in forecasting how much rain we could get. But some of the computer models are suggesting that this is going to slow down as it heads up toward the northern Gulf Coast. It may even stall for a day or so before moving out of the region, but not before potentially dumping over a foot of rain in spots. That could lead to a lot of flooding. So yesterday, if you're watching, we were talking about how the European model in red was really just gunning for an eastern track here over the Atlantic, like run after run after run, day after day. It was saying, yeah, it's going to be an Atlantic track, but it was thinking that it was going to be a little stronger. Now that it's pushing over all the land and the dust is doing a number on the system, if it develops into a tropical depression in this area, it would likely stay in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, putting us on the eastern side of any kind of a circulation, which is called the dirty side, where you get all the weather. We'd get a lot of rain out of this thing. Just to give you an idea of some potential as we head into the weekend, we're going to have waves of rain developing Friday into the day Saturday and into Sunday. And because it's tropical moisture involved, we could see several inches of rain easily out of this, if not a little bit more than that. This is the graphic that I need to explain, though. This is not a forecast cone. This is not like where it's going. You know, we're used to seeing the yellow cone. It's an area where it could form. And so once it forms, if it forms, there's a medium chance that it could become a tropical depression. At that point, a cone would be applied to forecast where the center of this thing will track. So here's the bottom line. We've got a Gulf track likely as of this morning. Heavy rain is likely wherever this tracks in east of the center of its track, and there is a flooding potential from all of that rain. But it's too soon to talk about, will this become a hurricane? You know, where does it go? We just don't know yet.